Here we go again. Let's see how how things go this evening, shall we? Been a little while. Sorry, you guys. I haven't been feeling too good, but I'm back. Well, I'm just gonna get started. I know there ain't nobody in here yet, but a lot of folks catch this after the fact, and got a lot on the brain, so I thought I'd just get right at it. I watched a video today. Mike Ritlin, Special Forces, and I'll link this video in the comment section when this is over. So I highly recommend coming back, click on the link, and check it out. It is an outstanding video, and I'm going to get into it right quick. What's happening, kid? Good to see you. So this video I watched today was about a gentleman who was held captive in Colombia for 5 years by some rebels. I'm not going to get too much into the story because I really suggest you go watch. It's absolutely it's hard to put into words, but you got to see it to understand. But what I will talk about is when this guy got back home from captivity, he was real uptight. And they call it hypervigilance. When you can't trust your environment, and after being held prisoner for 5 years in the jungle in Colombia, he was real uptight. Bad dreams, nightmares, you name it, he was going through it when he got back home. And he was back at work, and he was talking to a gal at work and asked her if she knew any good security companies. He wanted to get an alarm system for his house because a painting fell off the wall and crashed, and he grabbed his pistol and went running to look to see what was going on, and he knew he was having a hard time. So he wanted to get a security system, and the lady said, get a dog. Best security system you can have is a dog. So he went full throttle. Got a Belgian Malinois. I know I'm saying that wrong, but one of those military dogs that you see that are well trained. They kind of look like a short-haired German Shepherd, real smart, a really good guard dog. So he went out and got himself a really good guard dog. And I'm cutting this short and sweet because I really want you to go watch the video, but this triggered me to want to come out here and talk about it. The one thing he said that he didn't realize was what that dog would do for him besides security. When he was uptight and in a mood and going through hard times, that dog would come comfort him. And that wasn't because the dog was trained to be a guard dog, not a nanny dog. That dog did what it did instinctually because it picked up on his vibe. The dog knew he was going through a hard time, knew he needed help, and the dog would comfort him. And what really made me want to come out here tonight was to share how my dog, little Kimba, did that for me so many times. I got 100 videos up here of her jumping in my lap when I was yelling and screaming at this camera. When I was going through a hard time, and she would jump in my lap and push on my chest and try to get me to calm down. She did that so many times, and it wasn't just when I was making a video. You know, I could be sitting here drinking a cup of coffee and just be real uptight in my head, and she would pick up on it. I didn't even have to verbalize my anger or my sadness. She just knew. Humans can't do that. They can't pick up on your vibe like that. Maybe, just maybe, if you got a good wife, a soulmate, somebody who's real in tune to you, she'd pick up on it for sure. Because she knows you real well. A good dog does it because it's in them. And one of the reasons I haven't been on the gadget much lately is because I haven't had that. You know, since my dogs passed away, I don't have that safety net, that shrink, that little life force to comfort me when I'm having a hard time. And lately, I've been having a real hard time. And a lot of it has to do with not having them around anymore. And because of my present situation living in this little town and wanting to get moved out of here, I can't run out and get a couple more dogs. And it's really taken its toll on me. I mean, I'm 2,000 miles from home. I got nobody in this town. I got one friend. I see him occasionally, but I got nobody here to comfort me. You know what I'm saying? And my little dogs were here all day, every day. I had them, and to be honest, I didn't know how good I had it until they were gone. So the moral to the story is, if you got demons and you're broken in any way, shape, or form, get you a dog. There is no better medicine than a dog. There just isn't. In this video I watched today, this guy who was stuck in the jungle for 5 years got a dog, got real close to that dog, and then the dog passed away. And he talked about how his grandmother died and how heartbroken and how he cried after she died. But when his dog died, it tore something right out of him. Something that you just can't. Believe me, I get it. I've said it out here before. Nothing on this planet has hurt me more than losing my dogs. And I've been through a lot of shit in my life, believe me. 15 different foster homes, and I can go on and on about the drama with the wifey and my mom and life and a whole shit ton of hard times. But nothing hurt me more than losing my dogs. And this gentleman said the same thing. Most people don't get that because they're not broke like that. Most people go through life, you know, and it's happy-go-lucky and a couple bumps in the road, but no real hard drama. But folks that have really been through the meat grinder, you carry a lot of scars. Complex PTSD, as the shrinks say. When you go through a lifetime of drama like I did as a kid in my childhood and even in my adult life. Went through a lot of shit. You know, military folks go through tragedy on the battlefield and come home with PTSD. Well, little kids go through trauma and they carry a lot of scars the same way folks in the military do. The scars just come from a different source, but those scars stay with you for your whole life. And the thing about a dog, it's unconditional love. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter how many times you yell at them, they always come back and lick you in the face, man. Humans come with conditions. I'll love you if you love me. Dogs love you, period. End of story. No matter how screwed up you are, they just want to love you. This video I watched today about this gentleman, he's stuck in the jungle for 5 years and his wife moved on. You know, granted, maybe she thought he was dead or whatever because the, what do you call it? The people that had this guy captive, they made a video 4 months after they had him to prove he was alive, and then they didn't make another one for 4 years, and then they made another video, proof of life or whatever they call it. And but his old lady left him while he was stuck in the jungle. I guarantee you, if he had a dog back home, that dog would have still been there and loved him, same way it loved him when he was captured. His wife left. Loyalty. There is no more loyal creature on this planet than a dog. I felt it was very important to come out here and speak on this. Very important. Because I'm not the only one on the planet that carries these scars. You know, this whole YouTube channel was started because I wanted to start a dog rescue and find veterans and aged out foster children to help me. Because we had that common ground. We carry those scars. And I know what good medicine the dogs are. There is no better medicine than the dogs. And once again, people that have had an easy life, a dog is a pet. It's not a family member. People with a big heart that don't have scars, they get it because they're lovers. But they can only get it so far. My dogs gave me purpose. They gave me a reason to get out of bed every morning. Had to feed them, had to get them outside so they could go potty. And they loved me for it, you know? And all I wanted to do was give back. It's unfortunate things didn't work out and that I landed in this little town and shit went sideways, but there's nothing I can do about that now. And my health is lousy. And I don't think I'm going to get out of this town. It's such a waste. Such a waste. I have so much to give to the right people and the dogs. and it was taken away from me. I don't have a reason to get out of bed anymore. And it fucks with me every day. And even if you can't have a dog because you live in an apartment or just it isn't feasible, you could go down to your local dog shelter and volunteer and go take dogs for a walk. It beats going to a shrink. You go down there every day and take a dog for a walk and see what that does for you, man. You'd be surprised. There is no better medicine as far as I'm concerned. All right, now that I kind of got all that out of the way, let me check some comments. We got the kid, country girl. Oh, been a long time, young lady. Good to see you. Thank you for the sorry. I appreciate that. Cypress Romeo. Hello, JohnnyO. I wish I was closer. I'd be there in a minute. I know that feeling. Thank you for those words, young man. I appreciate you very much. The kid, it's a narrow gate. There you go, kid. Aaron, hey, Johnny. Good to see you, Aaron. Country girl, R.I.P. Yeah, I just posted a short. My little dog when she was a little itty bitty baby. Go watch it. It's very cute. She's doing the head. It's very cute when she was just little itty bitty. Cypress Romeo, let me know if I can help at all. Thank you, young man. I appreciate that, and I will. Country girl, more praying. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody, and thanks for stopping in, and thanks for hitting that button. Yeah, life, man. I don't get it. For some of us, having a good life just isn't in the cards, you know? I try to accept that. I've had to accept that almost my whole life. And I thought once I got here to start this dog rescue that it'd all be worth it. And unfortunately, it didn't work out. And being stuck here so far from home, no help to get back home. I got vehicles to work on and sell and pack and throw stuff away. Got to find somewhere to stay so I can move and get the house sold. I just don't have it in me, man. It's too much. You know, I chip away at it a little bit at a time. Before I know it, it'll be winter again, and I need to get into a good doctor that I can trust to try to get these health issues in check. And I just don't think I'm going to get out of here as much as I want to. I mean, shit, I sit on 30 acres, 2 houses, a barn, a shop, a pole building, 3 trucks, 2 Harleys, all this crap. I don't want any of it. I just want a couple dogs. The dog rescue thing was everything to me. There was nothing I wanted more than to start this dog rescue. And unfortunately, that dream's been crushed. Now all I want to do is survive to see another day, man. Lucid dreaming, holy Toledo, young lady, it's been a long time. Good to see you. Hey there, I've missed your lives lately. I was thinking about you the other day and couldn't find your channel. YouTube stopped notifications. Yeah, I know. And besides stopping my notifications, they'll unsubscribe people all the time. If you go on your notification button and click it on and click it off a couple times to reset it, hopefully you'll get them. I get a lot of grief on YouTube. I get a lot of grief on this YouTube channel, just like I do this neighborhood. Go figure. In a courtroom, a woman that I never met put a restraining order on me and accused me of malware and spoofing phone numbers. You guys watch me read. I can barely read. I hate these gadgets. There's no way on God's green earth that I know anything about spoofing a phone number or doing malware. As a matter of fact, I got a phone call from somebody, or excuse me, a text message from somebody from Colorado, and all it said was, "Hi." And because I was stupid and put my phone number on some videos, anybody could call me and spoof a phone number and make it look like something else. So if you sent me a text message and said hello, I didn't return it because I don't know who you are. And because of the drama that I've been through in this town, I'm very reluctant to answer a text message that, excuse me, and all it says is hello. If you're going to send me a text message, "Hi, my name is so-and-so. I watched one of your videos, blah, 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 blah." Put some content in your message, and then maybe I'll return it. But if all you're going to do is say hello, sounds like a catfish to me. Let's hope I got you wrong. Lucid dreaming. I will try that. There you go. Batshit. Nice size lot. Yeah, man, 30 acres. It's a big, beautiful piece of property, man. Apple trees all over the place. I must have a dozen apple trees on this property. A grapevine, 2 walnut trees at least, cherry trees. I got a mama deer and her little tiny doe. And I mean, this little deer is so tiny with all the spots. And I heard it crying out in the field yesterday, whining and whining and whining and hollering for mama, I'm sure. So yeah, it's a beautiful piece of property. Cypress Romeo. Right there with you, JohnnyO. I get it. It's not a good thing to go to a shrink. Yeah, my mom suffered from mental illness, and she went to a shrink. She was put in the funny farm back before Ronald Reagan closed all the insane asylums. My mom had been committed a couple of times, and as a little kid, my mom made me promise her, because I was the oldest son, that I would never sign the consent forms for them to do electrical shock. They put my mom on Thorazine and lithium. You look that stuff up, real high-powered tranquilizers. They turned my mom into a zombie. And looking back, I think what my mom was going through was depression and postpartum depression, because she put a son up for adoption before I was born. She got pregnant in high school back in 1959. I found out that she had a son before me because ancestry taught me. Same way I found out about my father. Mom told me my dad's name was Thomas Oliver. Ancestry told me it was Michael Ray Kennedy. I met some cousins through Ancestry, and they clued me in about my dad. He's buried in the military cemetery in San Bruno, California. I found his tombstone. I got a video. In fact, I'll link that down below, since Memorial Day just passed. You know, some of these scars I carry, it's hard to believe. My dad, a man I never met, was murdered by his best friend because his best friend was going to put his hands on his old lady, and my dad wouldn't let him. So this dude left, came back with a rifle, and killed my old man. I got so many stories. I should write a book. If I could read, I would write a book. Anyway, water under the bridge. J72, hey JohnnyO, hope all's going well. Clean out, donate, sell everything, pile things, manage to move. Well, just some advice. Keep spirits up. JJ in Colorado. Was that you, homeboy? I had somebody text message me from Colorado that said hello, but that's all it said. I tried to look up the number. I think it was some chick's name, so I'm sure it wasn't you. And maybe JJ's 72. Maybe you're a young lady, and anyway, rambling. Lucid, so you didn't know the lady that got a restraining order on you? How can that even be legal without evidence? Just accusations. What the heck? It's a long story. It's a long, shitty story. I used to have a bunch of videos up here telling the story. I took them all down. Just, like I said, folks in this little town don't like strangers, and they went out of their way to throw me under the bus, tossed me in jail twice over some bullshit, and it's just been a living nightmare. If I would have been well received in this town, this little dog rescue would already been up and running, but shit happens, you know. Cypress Romeo, man, I'm so sorry. YouTube stopped my notifications as well. Yeah, I get it, man. I get it. I get a lot of drama on YouTube. You know, if you have the skills to spoof phone numbers and install malware, maybe you got skills to fuck with my YouTube channel too. Just saying. But nobody cares. I've complained to YouTube so many times about all the drama. I got people that can view videos that were made private. How the fuck can you see a private video? But because in the statistics in the back, I can see what people have watched. And it happens all the time. Whatever. Lucid, that's tragic, Johnny. Did your dad know about you? No. No, my old man never knew about me. And the fact that my mom gave me the wrong name, so mom didn't know who got her pregnant, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what happened, man. Mom didn't tell me about the child that she put up for adoption. And I didn't put two and two together when I was a kid because mom told me she got pregnant in high school. And by the time she had me, she was 20 years old, or got pregnant at 19 with me. So she was already out of high school. I didn't put that together. Mom was a drinker, and her mom, my grandmother, left when my mom was 12 years old, and she was the oldest of three, and she lived with Grandpa, Uncle Mike, and Aunt Sharon, and mom was the wife, right? She did the cooking and the cleaning and the this and the that, and it messed her up on top of getting pregnant and all that stuff. And then by the time I was 5 years old, we were in foster homes. Mom crashed the car, had a nervous breakdown, crashed the car, and she went into the funny farm and we went into the foster homes. Sometimes life ain't fair. And if you got kids and you got scars, don't rub them off on your children, man. You got to break the cycle. You know, I wanted to help broken people, other folks that struggle. You can help each other instead of continuing to break each other. And anybody that's been broken in life, a dog helps heal those wounds, man. The love that you get from a dog is very powerful. They can make up for what the humans come up short, you know? And if you were lucky enough to have loving parents and raised in a stable home, God bless you, man. Yesterday, I went outside staring at the sky and the clouds and just daydreaming and praying to the good Lord. I'm done. Bring me home. Don't want to do this no more. But that ain't my choice. You know, God brought me to this town for a reason. He put me through this, right? For a reason. I tell these stories and come out here and share this with you good folks, hoping that it helps somebody. I didn't get to have my dog rescue and help people the way I wanted to, but these videos will be here long after I'm dead and gone. And I've had a few folks tell me that listening to my nonsense has helped them out a little bit, and that makes me feel good. Like I'm always saying, kind act for a stranger. I come out here and make these videos, make myself look stupid, get choked up and cry and whatever. It's embarrassing. But it's my way of giving back. It's all I got right now. And if I'm lucky enough to get out of here and get a couple dogs, I'll get to save 2 more dogs and give them a good life. And if I was ever able to find the right people to hook up with, fantastic. But as of today, I don't have much hope. Sad to say. But like I said, I got these videos and they tell my story. And through that story, hopefully it helps somebody one day. It's better than nothing. Cypress Romeo, I had your number and address, but I've misplaced it. If I get it again, I'll call you. Thank you, Cypress. JJ's 9512, last 4 digits, last 4 on my number. I'll check the text message, homeboy. Homegirl. How do you manage living out there? That's got to be hard. It's very hard, young lady. Growing up in foster homes, I didn't think life could get any harder than that. And living here has been much harder than that, in more ways than one. Got arrested twice in this little town. Disorderly conduct. I didn't have an arrest record before I came to this town. I'm 62 years old. I've worked hard my whole life. Got a pension, got Social Security, been paying taxes for over 50 years. My first job was slinging newspapers at 12. My first paycheck job was at 15 working at a car wash. I earned my money the hard way my whole life. I was fortunate enough to have more than I need. That's why I bought this property. I didn't have a lot of money. I only put down 100 grand. Property was only 300 grand and some change. But my nice real estate agent says he thinks it's worth 6. So if I was able to get 600 grand from this place, put 300 grand in my pocket, and get back to California, I'd do all right. And if I could find the right people to team up with, I'd go anywhere in this country. But the sad fact is, man, I'm sick, have been for a long time, got fucked off by the doctors in this town. And I just don't have much energy to get after all the things I need to get after to get the hell out of here. It's a very daunting task, and I got no help. So, I don't know, man. I just take it one day at a time and hope for the best. Cyprus, me too. I'm broken and having a real hard time. I'm sorry, Cyprus. One day it'll get better. I'm pretty sure I lost the woman I love to those damn blues. Damn, man, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm super pissed off about that damn drug. Oh, dude, my condolences, brother. I'm so sorry, man. A lot of good people. I had a really good friend of mine back home in Frisco. Same thing. Those little blue pills took his life, man. I don't know of too many people that haven't been touched by that. My heart goes out, young man. You want to write a book? I'll help you. Thank you, Cypress. Thank you. Yeah, this podcast that I'm going to link in the comment section when this is over. The guy that was held captive in Colombia by the rebels, he wrote a book, and he had a ghostwriter. And this Mike Ritland guy used the same ghostwriter, and I was like, man, that's what I need. I need a good ghostwriter. That shit. For anyone, especially JohnnyO, LexisNexis company's personal information, you can your own identity and clear it out. Thank you, bad shit. Appreciate that. Lucid talking to Cypress Romeo. We lost my stepson March 19th this year from blues. Damn, Lucid, I'm so sorry. We had a funeral a few weeks ago. I know exactly how you feel. Cypress, Lucid, I'm so sorry. My condolences. Batshit, if you can ride safely, it's mood elevator. Yeah. Yeah, I wish I could get on one of those Harleys, but you won't catch me riding a Harley in this town. Cypress, I'm so sorry, Lucid. There you go. Lost my son to cancer a couple of years ago. Broken through my last. Oh, damn, Cypress. Lucid, I have a very hard time trying to figure out this stuff out. It's hard for me to understand what they see in blues. It's nasty. I hate all. Yeah. So sorry. Both you guys. So sorry. Country girl. Shedding some tears. Thank you, young lady. And thank you guys for hitting that button. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'm far from the only one that's had tragedy in their life. And my heart goes out to anybody that's lost somebody, whether it's a dog or a child or a parent or a sibling. I was thinking about my baby brother the other day. He died of cancer, but he was drinking beer and smoking cigarettes while he was on chemotherapy for leukemia. He was a knucklehead, but boy, he sure was funny. This is good medicine. Coming out here, talking to you good folks, everybody out here sharing their stories and their scars. It's good medicine. And I'll try to come out more regular. It's just been real hard on me lately. I don't like to come out here and piss and moan and be in a shitty mood and bring people down. I don't like to do that. But this story about this gentleman and what he went through and how a dog made a big difference in his life, I had to come out and share that. These drugs ain't no joke. There's no more recreational use. Yeah, that's for sure, young lady. No hangover, hanging out, having fun. These drugs today will be a one and done. It's horrible. Yes, I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. I did a lot of knucklehead stuff as a kid, but the one thing that scared the living shit out of me was heroin. There was no way you were sticking a needle in me. I'd done plenty of other things, but I drew the line at heroin. I heard too many war stories of people being addicted to that stuff and couldn't get off, and those little blue pills made it real easy for people to get addicted to that crap. And it's the same thing. It gets its claws in you and it just doesn't let go. And you're right, Lucid. There is no more recreational use. When I was a kid, we partied, you know, but nowadays, you're not partying, you're gambling with your life. They put that crap in everything. I don't care if you're smoking pot or snorting coke or whatever you're into. I don't know how you could trust anything anymore unless you grow your own. Oh, man. Oh, sorry, you guys. I didn't want to come out here and sound like Debbie Downer, but like I said, it's good medicine. Us being here for each other, leaning on each other, saying nice things to each other. That's the kind of shit that makes the world go round. It gives me hope and faith in humanity that there's still a couple of good folks left out there and that I may get out of here in one piece yet. If I could just get the help I need to get out of here, get into a doctor I can trust, get a handle on my health issues. Hopefully things will all work out. But lately, man, I can hear my heartbeat in my ears. I got to go to sleep with the gadget on, listening to some podcast or something to fall asleep so I don't keep hearing this boom, boom, boom in my ears. That tells me blood pressure's fucked or something. Something ain't right. On top of my other issues. Fuck. I don't know, man. I get real quiet. I can hear it right now. Shit. Hopefully it's just stress. But my mom passed away when she was 55, if memory serves. My baby brother, he went at 53. The wife, she went at 50. And when the wife died, and I had to go pick up her possessions because technically we never got our divorce. We hadn't been together for over 10 years, but our divorce never got finalized or whatever. So I had to go get her personal possessions and whatnot and go to the coroner's office. She died puking blood on the floor while she was sitting on this guy's toilet. She was dead for over 3 hours because rigor mortis already sat in. And when I picked up her stuff, there was crank and a half pint of vodka in her purse. So booze took the ex-wife. Her organs were leaking internally from drinking. Poor Sonny. She had some stories too. But here's something Sonny said in a bar, and to this very day, I'll never forget it. She was pretty profound for her little self. We were in a bar, and some dude rolled up on her, and I was standing behind her, and he was hitting on her, and he says, "Hey, you got a light?" And Sonny said to this dude, "I am the light. What you seek is the flame." I've never forgot that. It was so profound. We're all the light. We're a spark from God, right? So that we got a little light, a little spark from the man upstairs. Oh, Sonny boy. She was so pretty and so broken at the same time. Lucid. There was a case that happened here a few years ago. 5 young adults thought they bought what they thought they bought was coke, and next day 5 were found deceased with an infant found in a crib crying. Oh my God, that is so terrible. That's what I'm saying, man. You can't trust anything anymore. Cypress Romeo, I would love to get out there. I would love to get out of here. There you go, Cypress. Yeah. Where you at? What part of the country you in, Cypress? Lucid. I found the next day in the crib. The baby was the only one found alive in the apartment. Horrible. Yeah, that is just, it's tragic. You know, you can thank the folks over in China for that. And the President of the United States leaving our southern border wide open and all that shit flooding across the southern border, man. I don't know what they can do to turn it around. You know, and coming from San Francisco, they were so fucked up that they were allowing people to get high on the streets, handing out crack pipes and tinfoil so they could smoke their little blue pills. Terrible, man. Terrible. You know, when the politicians are contributing, right, to the addiction, that's horrible. This whole woke movement, when you think about the politicians that are behind the liberals, and trust me, I'm not political. I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat, a Christian, a Jew, a Muslim, none of that shit matters to me. It's what's in here that matters to me. What are you doing with your life to make a difference? To make this world a better place to live? What the politicians have done is unconscionable. The southern border had been wide open for so long. And then all the local politicians in all the cities, the governors and the mayors and all that bullshit, letting people out of jail, not prosecuting people for stealing. Unbelievable. And if you think about the homeless population in this country, you might as well say we're in a Great Depression. I don't know what the statistics are, but during the Great Depression, there were a lot of folks that were on the street. And you think about, per 100,000 back then and how many people were homeless, and per 100,000 now and how many people are homeless. We're in a Great Depression right now. But they won't say it out loud. But I'm sure of it. Cyprus, I'm having a hard time trusting humans, let alone the damn drugs. Yeah, there you go. Truth is the truth. We need this. There you go, Cyprus. You'll be good, JohnnyO. I really can see that. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate your kind words. And thanks again, you guys, for hitting that button. We're almost at 17. This poor YouTube channel, it gets no love, except for a handful of you good folks. You're good for me. You lift my spirits when I come out here and read your good comments. You're good for me. I appreciate it very much. And like I said, be sure to come back and click on the link I'll leave down there in the comment section when this is over, and watch this video of this gentleman who was held captive in his story. It's such a good story. It's really shitty what happened to him, but it's a really good story. Simply Humans in the house. Good to see you, young man. Caught you. You sure did. Your love, Johnny. I love you. Thank you, Lucid. Right back at you. Love you, young lady. Cypress, I feel goofy. Just read your comment again, Lucid. Dream walking. I was about someone else. Okay. I missed that. It's all good. Good to see you, Simply Human. How you doing? This one's a little spicy tonight, but it's a good one. And like I said, link in this video because I don't know how else to do it. So I just put it in the comment section when this is over. And if you're so kind to come back and pop in and go check that out, you'll be glad you did. Listen to the video. It's long. It's a 3-hour video, but it's well worth watching. And all the stuff this guy goes through while he's in captivity, and then when he gets his dog and all that. See, the thing is, I follow a lot of military channels, special forces, most of them, Navy SEALs, Green Berets, Delta Force, because those guys, you don't get that far in the military unless you're really sharp. And a lot of those guys lose their closest friends after they come home. They survive war to come home and leave the planet early at their own hands because of their PTSD. And the ones that make videos about it and talk about it are trying to help. And they talk about what helps. So I watch because they got a lot of very powerful knowledge that helps me with my PTSD. YouTube can be a very valuable tool when it comes to gaining wisdom. When you're trying to figure shit out, and if you're curious the way I am, my YouTube channel back in the day used to be called The Angry INFJ. personality typing. And I've said this out here many times. You want to get to know yourself better? MBTI personality test. Go take it. Just get on YouTube and look up personality test or Google it or whatever, and go take as many of them as you can repeatedly. Be super honest with your answers, and they're going to give you 4 initials. For me, it's INFJ. And then once you got those initials, you watch other videos that people make with those same initials, and you'll be shocked how much you have in common with these people. So when I was trying to figure out life and my broken and this and that, and stumbling onto this INFJ thing, as a matter of fact, that's how I found this town. There was a gal on YouTube that I met because of the INFJ personality type stuff. I got big into that little genre of YouTube for a while, and made friends with a young lady from this town, and she was a church-going gal, and on the phone, we're talking on the phone because we got to be good friends. She used to call me Papa, and we're talking on the phone. I should back up a little bit. I was drinking. Was trying to quit drinking or just quit drinking, and her dad passed away from alcoholism, so she was very sympathetic, and she was trying to help me. And one day I asked her, could we do Bible study over the phone? Because I can't read, and she said, let me pray on it, and she did. So we started doing Bible study, and it was very cool. I liked it a lot. And then one day she calls me and says, can I pray for you? Sure. So I'm thinking when she goes to bed, she's going to say, dear Lord, would you please help Johnny quit drinking or whatever, right? So I started talking, and she goes, well, you got to shut up. Like, what do you mean I got to shut up? She goes, I'm going to pray for you. You got to shut up. So while I'm on the phone, she commences to pray to God for me over the phone. Nobody had ever done something like that for me. Prayed for me in front of me out loud, or in this case, it was over the phone. It touched my heart so much that I started looking at this little town. I thought, man, if those are the kind of people that live in that town, those are the kind of people I want to be around. I had no idea the shitstorm I was going to land in. But to get back on point about this MBTI personality test stuff, it's a great way to better understand who you are and to figure stuff out. Whether you're an introvert or an extrovert or this or that, it helps you find a job that you're compatible with. There's so much information in that if you feel lost in the world or people don't understand you, it's a great way to get a clue as to who you are and what you are. And it's just information. It's not life-changing bullshit, but it's a great starting place. I think they should have you do that in high school. Have all the kids in high school take that little personality test, and it'll help you figure out a career, something you want to do with your life. If you go on YouTube and you look up INFJ and you listen to some of them people, you'll be like, yeah, that's Johnny. A little angry for an INFJ, but that's why I called my channel The Angry INFJ. Anyway. Simply Human knows what I'm talking about. Cypress Romeo, Colorado Springs. Gotcha. Lucid dreaming. I am INTJ. There you go. INFJ and INFJ, they got a lot in common. We're pretty rare. Yeah, that's for sure. I'd love to see the link. I need a good video before bed. I'll watch it. There you go, Lucid. I'll put it down there in the comment section as soon as we get off here. Lucid, it is shocking to find a group of people so similar. It's crazy. Yeah, it really is. Simply Human, if someone took the personality test during sickness or loss of a loved one, would that change the outcome of the test? Wonder if we have various personalities during various times of life. That's a good point, Lucid. Simply Human. But that's why I said you need to take the test multiple times and you got to be super honest. You got to think about the answer before you answer it and be sure that it's the best answer you can give for the question. And you got to try not to be influenced by grief or by the outside world. You just got to think inside yourself, what is the most accurate answer for you? Not for what you want somebody to think of you as, right? A lot of people try to portray themselves as something they're not. I did it when I was a kid. I wanted to pretend I was just like everybody else, but I knew I wasn't like anybody else. I was very different than everybody else. So that's a good point, Simply Human. You got to be in the right frame of mind if you want an accurate test. I think you're right. But if you go into taking the test knowing that you're grieving or there's some outside influence influencing your answers, well, then the test isn't going to be accurate. So as you're answering the question, if you're leaning towards a question because of something that isn't you, well, then you know it's not the right answer. So you got to try to be very, what's the word I'm looking for? Honest. I don't know how else to put it. You just got to be really honest and try not to be influenced by anything other than what's on the inside of you. Not what happened to you or because of this or that makes you want to answer it a certain way because of some sort of outside influence. It's got to be from your heart. The answers need to come from your heart, not from your grief or from your enthusiasm or from influence from your folks or your whatever. I'm rambling. Lucid. It's a Myers-Briggs test, I believe. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Myers-Briggs. Yeah, that makes sense. Honesty and multiple tests. Thanks for the tips, man. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. You got to try to depend, you're talking to yourself, right? See, for me, it's easy. I've been doing that my whole life as far as I've been my own best friend most of my life. Never really fit, you know, even my closest friends, I'd listen to them talking and I'd be like, man, you're out there. But it wasn't them, it was me, right? Because most people act the same way for the most part. And I've had a lot of jobs where I was an observer, a bouncer in a bar. Instead of it being in the bar drinking, I'd be standing around and watching the crowd, waiting for something to pop off so I could go squash it. So I enjoyed people watching because I didn't have to participate in the conversation. I could just watch. I was a limo driver, same thing. They're sitting in the back of the car. I'm driving. I could hear everything going on back there, but I didn't have to be back there and be participating in the nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I never really fit in the world. And that was one of those things I learned about an INFJ. We're not like most folks, you know, the lone wolf, Sigma male. I can go on and on about how I know I'm an INFJ and a Sigma and a lone wolf and all the rest of that nonsense because I've been that way my whole life. And the sad fact is, now I find myself on 30 acres all by myself. You know, I was hoping to start this dog rescue and surround myself with like minded people, people that didn't fit in the world, people that were outcast and broken, and then surround the people with a whole bunch of dogs, and we could be quite happy. Because I know what good medicine the dogs are. And doing for them dogs, man, there is no better medicine. Watching them wag their tail and be happy and run around and play, it is the best feeling. Lucid. The test takes about 20 minutes or so. It's worth it. It's pretty cool to see your own personality broke down. It absolutely made me more self-aware. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And like I said, it'd be great for kids in high school. It really would. If all the kids in high school had to take the personality test to graduate, and the people administering the test knew how to talk to them to get them to be honest, because with kids it's tough. They're always trying to front, right? So if you could get it across to them and make them take it a couple of times and make sure it was accurate. And like I said, if you take that test, you get your four initials, and then you go on YouTube and punch in those four initials and listen to other people, you'll be shocked how much you have in common with those people. Complete strangers, but because it's what's already inside of you. And I've heard plenty of people say, oh, that's bullshit, it's pseudoscience or whatever. You're ignorant. So go ahead and stay ignorant. But if you really want to know who you are and what makes you tick, it's a great way to do it. It could be very helpful and very beneficial. It should be a prerequisite when it comes to getting married too, probably. Making sure you're compatible with the missus or the old man. Oh, sometimes I crack myself up. Oh, thanks again, guys. We're almost up to 20, 19. Mm-mm-mm. It's a strange world we live in. It really is. It's too bad so many people get caught up in their own bullshit and they don't know how to be down for their fellow man, take care of each other. And I understand why. Life is chaotic. You get caught up in your own bullshit and you quickly forget your manners. You know, hold the door open at the grocery store. You see somebody struggling on the street, somebody with a flat tire, pull over and help them out. A little charity. You're at the coffee shop, you grab an extra cup of coffee and an extra donut and give it to the closest homeless person you see and just simply tell them you care, man. It's what makes the world go round. But there's not much of that anymore. It's unfortunate. It really is. Breaks my heart. That's why I said yesterday I was telling the good Lord to bring me home. I don't want to do it no more. I don't want to see the evil in the world anymore. I don't want to be a part of it. What I went through in this little town, and then my dog's dying, it broke me. It really broke my spirit. But I'm pretty tough, so unfortunately, I'm still here. Many times I go to bed and I hope I don't wake up in the morning, you know? The good thing is I'm not suicidal. I don't have thoughts like that. That's just not the way I'm wired. My mom, she tried to do it. My baby brother, Paul, he tried to do it, eating pills. But that's just not in me. And like I said, God brought me to this town on a prayer for a reason. And I believe that in my heart and soul. And whether he has me die in this town or not, that's up to him. I give it up to God. Whatever he has planned for me, that's his will. My crazy life, just like the tattoo on the side of my neck. Mi vida loca, cabrón. Mm-mm-mm. Sorry, I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer, but you guys know me, the good, the bad, the ugly. I don't bullshit you guys about nothing. Lucid dreaming. The difference between INTJ and INFJ is INTJ is the thinker and the logical, and the INFJ is the feeler. Yeah, you know, me and my feelers. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm very emotional. Very much the feeler. More in tune with their own emotions. That's me, young lady. There's no doubt about it. Matthew just had a friend take his own life at 32. Damn, Matthew, I'm so sorry. Yeah. I watched my mom go through it twice. Had to go to the hospital and they pumped her stomach and she had all that charcoal shit in her mouth. And my baby brother, Paul, same thing. That's just not in me. Never has been. Same thing with my brother, James. He's not wired. We're not wired that way. But my heart goes out to people with those struggles, man. It really does. Because shrinks, they got good intentions. Psychiatrists have good intentions. I think most of them do. But I don't think they have a good grip on how to help people that are broken. I don't. They get their education out of a book, not life experience. Once again, that's why I wanted Misfit Island. Because broken people know how to help broken people. Because we've been through it. We've been there. Just like military people. They share that common bond on the battlefield. They know what it's like. I know what it's like to be a foster child and turn 18 and get put on the street. Have to fend for yourself. I know what that's like. I know what it's like to go through the meat grinder as a little kid. Seven years old, had a 5-year-old foster brother tell me how the foster parents that he had before the home that he was in with me touched him. I went into the kitchen, got a steak knife, and put it under my pillow. To this very day, I still carry a knife. Hypervigilant. Those scars stay with you forever. And then you got to manage them. And when other people carry scars, Whether they come from a different place or not is irrelevant. A lot of people carry knives for protection because they're hyper vigilant that the boogeyman could be around the corner at any given time. And the sad reality is, in the world we live in today, do I have to even say it? You know, I grew up watching shows like Leave It to Beaver, The Waltons, Ed the Talking Horse, My Favorite Martian. I can go on and on about wholesome TV. Look at the shit that's on TV now. I haven't had a TV set, watch TV in at least 2 years. There's nothing on TV I want to see anymore. And if I want to see some old episodes of the Bowery Boys, I just go watch them on YouTube. Or the Little Rascals, I go watch them on YouTube. Will Robinson, Lost in Space, I go watch it on YouTube. I used to be a sci-fi nut when I was a kid, Star Trek and Beam 'em Up Scotty and all that. See, for me as a kid, coping with my broken, I would escape into watching television. Watch a show like The Little Rascals. I was one of those kids, right? I was in the TV show. I could escape in the TV show. I wasn't sitting in the living room watching a TV show. I was participating in the TV show. My imagination used to be really strong when I was a kid. I could even make myself dreams that I wanted. I'd lay there and think about riding my bicycle and go to sleep, and in my dreams, I'd be riding my bicycle. I haven't been able to do that since I was little, but when I was little, I could make myself dream what I wanted. And it was a coping mechanism because of the shit I'd been through. The world has changed a lot in my lifetime. I wish I had somebody to ghostwrite a book for me. There'd be a lot of good stuff in there. A lot of good stuff on this YouTube channel. Crazy. Lucid, you may good friends are definitely an INFJ. You have a good heart. I too think you're an empath. Oh, you better believe it. There's no doubt about it. You feel and absorb feelings and emotions all around you. Oh, you better believe it, young lady. Very empathic. Too much so. But I can't change that. Been that way my whole life. Somebody going through some hard times, I'm crying. You know, here's one for you. Went to the walk-in movie theater with the ex-old lady of mine. Went and saw the movie The Notebook. If you know the movie, it's a very sad tearjerker, right? This dude's got Alzheimer's and blah, blah, blah. And I started crying during the movie. Big tough guy, tattoos, used to be a bodybuilder, a biker, all this bullshit. The ex-old lady laughed at me. She goes, "You crying?" And she started chuckling in the movie theater. I was so fucking embarrassed. So yeah, when it comes to being an empath, you better believe it. And it's a deficit in this world. Empathy, to feel for other people, to care about other people is a deficit in this world. especially on YouTube. Trolls and narcissists catfishing and fucking with you. You know, I want to believe everything everybody says. And I had a real hard time on YouTube because of that. I had to learn the hard way. Put my feelers in check, as they say. But you're absolutely spot on with that, Lucid. Very much so. Sorry to hear that, Matthew. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So many tragedies going on all over the world. There's no easy fix or solution. If there is a God, let him come, is all I can say. Yep, I'm with you, young lady. I'm with you. Let him come. Bring it. The second coming, I'm ready. Good Lord, come on down. We need you. Wipe the shitheads off the planet and take the rest of us home. I'm ready. I had enough of this life. But as long as I'm sucking wind, I'm going to try to make a difference for the better. It's my feelers. I feel for other people. Folks having a hard time. Come out here sharing my war stories so they don't feel all alone. They're not the only one having a hard time. Tell people I care because I do. You know, coming out here, gentle reminders to do a kind act for a stranger. It's because I feel for them. And then when I help somebody, it makes me feel good. There's those feelings again. Oh, shit. Well, we made it to 20. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you very much. I really do. Cypress Romeo at Lucid Dreaming, walking. I'm usually together, but as of late, I'm lost. Hang in there, Cypress. Hang in there. It's a cruel world we live in. There's no doubt about it. You know, right out of the good book, it says to be your brother's keeper, right? You do for somebody, they do for you, and the world goes round and round. Not so much anymore, unfortunately. But right down there in the comment section, you guys are doing it right now. Being there for each other. Like I said, it gives me hope, gives me faith that there's still some good folks around. Lou said, you are a good that the world is missing, Johnny. You a light in the darkness. I enjoy listening to you. You're wise and real. Well, thank you, Lucid. Matthew, also, it seems like all the good die and all the evil people live on. Yeah, Matthew, I know. I know, bro. It sure does. Especially in this day and age. Evils definitely has the upper hand on this planet right now. There's no doubt about it. I've lived through a lot of shit in my life, and I've seen a lot of stuff. And I've never seen this planet so fucked up. And with all the modern technology and the gadgets and what we do right now, the chance to come together for the greater good, but yet technology has torn this world apart. Technology could have done such great things for this country, for this planet. But social media has really fucked up a lot of the younger kids in this world. They're so easily manipulated by the evil that people do. Sorry, a little distracted, some noise outside. Cypress to Lucid, I wish he would come. Like right now. You and me both, Cypress. Come on down, good Lord. Take me home. Fry these pricks. Cypress, Matthew, that is a fact. Yes, sir. Lucid, I know, Cypress, we all need some saving. Yes, sir. No doubt about it. There's a lot of talk on the gadget about the second coming of Christ these days. You know, when you think about what's going on with China and Russia and the Middle East, and don't make no sense. If you think about the billions and billions and trillions of dollars spent on killing each other, if you took that money and put it to good use, nobody would want for anything. You'd have a home, you'd have food, you'd have everything you needed. But the greed and the power trip that people are on. BlackRock. If you ever do any homework about BlackRock, major corporation that owns just about everything, and how rich they are, and how they control so much of what goes on in this country, the stock market and money. Money is the root of all evil. There's no doubt about it. And like I said, if you took all the money that they waste on wars and greed and spread it out evenly, nobody would want for anything. We could all live in peace. Don't make no kind of sense to me. None. Well, guys, I've been on here for 88 minutes. I'm getting hungry. I need to get at some dinner. So I think I'm going to check out. But thank you. Thank you very much. And prayers to all you good folks out there. And my condolences for the ones that have lost loved ones. I appreciate all of you very much. Love each other. Try not to fall prey to the evil in the world. Try to keep your chin up. Do a kind act for a stranger. Go to your local dog shelter. Take one of them dogs out of a cage and take them for a walk. And come back and check the comment section. I'm going to put that video down there. It's really good. It's really good. Love each other the best you can, and especially your children. You got kids, protect them the best you can. Educate them the best you can. Give them the tools they need to survive in this world. It's not like when I was a kid. It's very complicated, and it's getting worse. So do whatever you can to protect your babies. And on that note, love the ones that love you back. Do your best with the rest, and I'll catch you on the next one. I love you guys. Peace.